Hi guys, you alright? My wife, she's out at the minute. My son's asleep, so I've got some free time in my hand and I thought I'll do a video because I've not done one for ages. But what can I offer people? What's going to be a decent video? The way if somebody watches it, might improve their lives kind of thing, or career, whatever. Now, I had my career on the phones. I'm taking a year out. I'm having a gap year at the minute. So, I started off on the phones and I stayed on the phones for at least 10 years. So, I'm just going to give you a few little pointers of how to be a decent salesperson over the phone, and this is what I did anyway. Okay, so the first thing that you need to do when you're on the phone to somebody and you're trying to like sell them something or whatever it is, you need to be yourself. That's very important. I hear a lot of people doing phone voices. They put this, no, that's a customer's voice. I'll get to that later. Hi there, it's Charles and I'm calling from Equinox. It's Charles here. Fuck off, Charles. Nobody wants to speak to Charles, yeah? The only good thing I can take, the only positive I can take from a phone voice, yeah, and it's not doing it, well, it is kind of doing it, but it's not actually saying the phone voice. It's that there's a salesperson there that's struggling. They're struggling to get sales, so they're trying something different, or at least they're attempting. They think to themselves, oh, I need to do this posh phone voice, and then if I do this posh phone voice, the people listen to me. It shows that salesperson is trying, right? So that's a very, very good sign, because in sales, it's about 90% effort, 10% skill. If you've got all the skill in the world, but your effort's at 10%, you're just not going to be able to do your job. If you've got 5% skill on the phone, but your effort's 95% and the others 5%, then you're going to get sales. Yeah, so it's 90% effort, 10% skill. That's what I always say, right? Now, always be yourself, because I'll tell you this as well. If you're struggling to sell, right, the posh bastard that you've spoke to, that you've created, sorry, they're definitely not going to be able to sell. So always be yourself on the phone. That's number one, okay? Next one is learn your pitch off by heart, especially if you're first starting. You should always know it off by heart if you're already doing a job, but learn your pitch off by heart, okay? It saves you from being robotic on the phone, blah, 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 etc., etc., yeah? Now, as well, if you're new, let the customer know that you're new as well. Feel a bit sorry for you, they'll give you a bit of extra time on the phone. It's always a bonus as well, it makes you more likable, makes you more of a person. Now, when you first contact somebody, there's three things that they're going to want to know when you ring them. First one is who's calling me, why are you ringing me, and what's in it for me. All right, so you need to always introduce yourself before asking for the customer. Yeah, don't just ring up and go, hiya John, you all right? Or is John there or whatever, unless you've got a kid on the phone or something. Just go, hi, it's Luke calling from Pizza Hut. Is that John? Hiya John, the reason why I'm calling you, and the reason why I'm calling you about that is because of X, Y, and Z. Right? Okay, so there's three things: who's calling me, why you're ringing me, and what's in it for me. That's very important. There's as well. Don't ask. Yeah, this is a proper pet hate of mine. Or don't ask. I mean, don't ask them. Are you all right today? Have you had a nice day? Have you had a good day? How are you today? You okay? No, don't ask that bullshit, because you've just fucking got him off the couch. He's now speaking on phone to somebody you don't want to talk to. Don't ask him if he's all right. He's probably not all right now, is he? So don't just cut this. How are you today? You okay? Are you okay? Fuck all that, yeah? When you ring somebody up, say, hi, John, you all right? It's Luke. Well, hi, you're saying hi straight away. That I always started with hi. Hi there, you okay? It's Luke calling from Tech Legal. And when I'm saying, are you okay? I'm just saying, you're all right? That's it. I'm not asking him a question, are you okay? Yeah, I'm just saying, hi there, you all right? It's Luke calling from Tech Legal. Hi there, you all right? Bang, I've just introduced myself. It's there, it's done, blah, blah, blah. So you don't have to ask him that question. It's stupid, right? As well, you need to build a rapport with the customer, right? This is obviously very, very, very important, but it's important to do it properly. If you build a rapport with a customer, you can spend 10, 20, 30 minutes and a stupid amount of time just talking about Corrie with a customer. It's not going to get you anywhere, right? You need to be liked off the customer, and you need to build a rapport with a customer, but you need to take a customer on a journey, because at the end of the day, by the end of that phone call, you've got a product to sell to the customer or whatever. So you need to be liked on the phone, you need to be confident, and you need to go through with your pitch. Now, a lot of people get this confused as, I need to get my pitch out, and customers are putting the phone down on them or whatever. So what these customers start doing, what the agent starts doing is ignoring the customer and just pitching. You can't do that as well, guys. Yeah, it's like need some kind of happy medium. So if the customer gives you some kind of objection straight away or early on the phone, you acknowledge it and move on. You have to acknowledge it. You can't just ignore that because it'll piss them off as well, right? So let's say, for example, the customer's had loads of phone calls by the time I've rung them. I'll go, ring, hi, it's Luke calling from Pizza Hut. Is John there? John will go, yeah, it's John, yeah. Well, the reason why I'm ringing you, John will go, oh my God, I've had loads of these phone calls, right? Now you're in a situation, you know he's had a lot of phone calls. Really, you want to try and now use that to your advantage. So you want to be a bit of empathetic with the customer. You've got to, feel a bit sorry for the customer or whatever, because this is going to build rapport, but also you're taking the customer on a journey. So I'd say at this point, really, John, have you had a lot of calls, have you? Bloody hell, how many would you say you've had? I've had about 20. Wow, right, okay. Well, the reason why anyone's even been ringing you about this is because of A, B, and C, yeah? So you just move straight on with your pitch. You've acknowledged what he said and you move on straight with the pitch. He'll appreciate that as well, and you're carrying on. You don't want to fixate on all these phone calls that he's having, because you can wind a customer up by trying to fix it, because he'll be like, yeah, I've had 20, 30, I'm sick of him, bang, phone's gone down. Acknowledge it and move on. That's the best thing that you need to do, yeah? As well, when does a sale begin over the phone? A sale doesn't begin until the customer says no, right? If you ring a customer up, you've got the best pitch in the world, you get all the way through it till the end, the customer says, yeah, fantastic, right? But you've not really sold that to a customer. You've just said a pitch to them over the phone. The customer won't give you any objections. They've just said yeah at the end. So it's important to understand when a sale begins as well, yeah? Because that's when you change into second gear. You're always going into this with first gear, right? So when, a sale begins when a customer says no, you need to remember that. So what you don't want to do is you don't want a customer going, I'm not interested, not interested, not interested, and you go, okay, Mr. Smith, have a nice day, thank you, bye. That customer's telling you they're not interested. It means that they haven't got one already, yeah? Or whatever it may be. So if they're saying they're not interested, it's mute. I used to say to everyone, it's the best thing you can hear that a customer says they're not interested over the phone, because if 20 companies have tried ringing a customer before and that customer said no, they've told everybody they're not interested. So if you're the 21st person, you know this customer hasn't got what you're trying to give them. Do you get what I mean? Because they're just saying, I'm not interested, I'm not interested, I'm not interested. They've said the same thing to everybody else as well. So it's very important to do that, all right? Proof story is massive as well, guys. As many proof stories as you want to throw into the subject, you can do, right? So it's like, I've done it before. Oh, it happened to my dad. This happened, that happened, yeah? And you want to relate to a customer as well. If you hear a baby in the background, I don't care if you've not got kids. Oh, is it a boy or girl? Oh, fantastic. Oh, he's 2. He's 2, he's a diamond. Well, anyway, right, well, sorry about that. The reason I'm calling, and you bang you straight onto it, because sometimes you'll ring a customer, yeah, and the customer, you'll hear a baby in the background or something, and you think, fucking hell, I've got away from a baby. Yeah, I'm meant to keep this customer on the phone, because they just want to get off even more. So you want to talk about that. You go, oh, is it a bit, how old are they? The 2, oh, boy or girl? Oh, I've got a little one at home. Oh, enough of that anyway, and boom, you move straight on with your pitch, yeah? You give it that little acknowledgement. It makes them like you as well. Another thing as well is, guys, right, someone will go, I'm not interested, I don't want it, Don't ask a customer, right, why they're not interested. Do not ask them that question. That is the last question that you ask a customer, the very last one. If you can't get something from a customer and you've tried everything that you can, the very last one, in my opinion, is you say, right, why do you not want it? That's the very last one that you should use, okay? Or you should, that in the product I've done anyway. So if you ask a customer, why don't you want something? Yeah, why don't you want it? They'll tell you, or they'll happily tell you why they're not interested in something. Yeah, oh, it's because of this, it's because of this, it's because of that, it's because of this. I'm getting so many phone calls. Wasn't you? Before you know it, bang, he's got himself that worked up by you asking him that question that he's put the phone down. You've just worked the customer up. The thing is you need a customer to want to buy something, or want to get something, or want this, or want that, or want the other. You need to put that want, that need into the customer. You have to do that. It's very, very, very important. So if you know your product inside out, and you know why it's good, why it's bad, you know roughly why people have objections to it, whatever it may be, that comes with experience. You need to use that to your advantage. You need to develop that in your pitch somehow, that you're getting that away from the customer. So you make the customer want something. This is very, very important as well, guys. You need to make the customer want to do what you're offering that customer to do, right? If you've tried everything with that customer, right, and you've not really got anywhere that you feel like you can go with it afterwards, just go, well, really, why don't you want it? Then you can put the question onto him, yeah, because you've got nothing else left to say. But I find, especially over the phone, especially if someone's had loads of phone calls and they really don't want something, they're going to tell you and give you every single reason under the sun why they don't actually want something. Yeah, they're going to get themselves worked up and they're going to hang that phone down. I want you as well, guys, to make sure that you're just confident. Every single call that you go into, you need to be 100% on it, yeah? And it's easy to get disheartened by it on the phone. You're just being told to fuck off one after the other, after the other, after the other. You might even get 300 people hang up on you before one person says yeah. But if you get to that one person that's going to say yeah, unless you give it 100%, he's probably going to be a no as well. So if you've got a long list of 300 people that have said no to you, and there's somebody else always getting deals in that same room, it means that they're doing something different to what you're doing. So you need to give it 100%. Now, the way to do it, because you will get disheartened on the phone, and I never did, but the way to do that is if you do your job properly, yeah, you might be on the phone with someone for 40 minutes, 45 minutes, and they might just hang that phone up on you, and you're like, oh my God, I've spent 45 minutes with him, he's just hung up the phone. Do you know why he's hung up the phone? As long as you've not been swearing at him, because of course he's going to hang the phone up. If you've been doing your job properly and he's giving you an objection and you're coming over it, and he's giving you another objection and you're coming over it, he's giving you another one and you're over it and over it and over it and over it, and he's put the phone down on you, the only reason he's put the phone down on you is because you're too good and he can't beat you. He's tried getting rid of you with every objection he can think of in his mind, and you've got rid of every single one for him. There's no more objections he can give you, and in the end, bang, he slammed the phone down on you. You should go away from that call not feeling disheartened. You have done your job properly and you was better, because it's all a mental battle on the phone. It don't matter how big you are, how brave you are, how many people you've been with in your life, how good looking your missus is, how many girlfriends you've got, what car you drive. It doesn't matter. It's just a phone call, guys. Yeah. So you've beat that customer mentally. You were stronger than them. Don't be rude to them as well. And then bang, you're on to your next call. But make sure that next call you've done 110%. If you've not give every inch of yourself in every single phone call, then you're not doing your job properly. You won't be well paid. You won't be at top of the board, and the bosses won't be up your ass. All right then, guys. Anyway, guys, hope that's helped you. It's the only thing I can really offer people right now. A little bit of advice. As well, a good salesman is always learning. If you think that you know it all, right, and you're not learning anymore, there's only one direction you're going in, and that's down. That's the signs of a bad salesman, in my opinion. A good salesman, a very good salesman, even some of the best in the world, they're always learning. And as long as you're always learning in sales, you're going up. You're always learning. You're putting things into your arsenal. You've got motivation. That's why you're still learning, blah, blah, blah. The second you think that you know it all, there's only one way but down from there, because you know everything. You can't learn anything, so where are you going to go? You're not going to stay there, are you? See you in a bit. So the point I'm making from that, if I've made any bad points on this video whatsoever, anyone else thinks that I'm doing something wrong or whatever it may be, then just hit me up just to chat. Okay, you know, I'm always happy to learn something new, guys, so hopefully you can take something from this. Okay, Assalamu alaikum.